Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
My pleasure. Now, I want to let everybody get to know you a little bit better. How would you describe your history?
Well, I've spent most of my adult life working in higher education. I earned a doctorate degree in educational psychology, and I served the most at-risk student populations to help them discover their potential and be successful in college. But I just started realizing that I wasn't happy. I mean, I really felt like I was being of service, but at the same time, I just wasn't enjoying everything. And I started having all kinds of experiences that I would describe as mystical or miraculous. And I started channeling. I don't think I told anybody I was doing that for at least a year because I thought they're going to think I'm crazy. But so I left my job in higher ed to pursue my happiness and to really take a different look at this world, because I think we have so much social programming that we don't even realize how much social programming is shaping our view of life. And the truth is, we could be a lot happier. You know, we're all really meant to be portals through which goodness flows in this world. And, the awakening is just so exciting to me because it's giving everybody a chance to really develop their full sensory perception and become more of their real authentic self, which is just like super cool.
It really is. So, describe your awakening for us.
Well, I was super busy. I was working, earning a doctorate degree, raising 3 kids, really trying to be of service, which I think a lot of women are doing. And so I had a friend that lived close to my work, and she was playing with energy. And so she started inviting me to stop by sometimes on my way home from work just to kind of practice. And it felt so good to me. Immediately, I felt like I was getting a massage. And so that's kind of how I first started to get into it. But I think I was still really focused on my career, and I just was doing it for fun and for my own personal pleasure. But over time, things just escalated. I got some formal training, and then I was doing more and more stuff. And when I was commuting to work, guides would be talking to me in the car.
Oh, how fun.
And yeah, and I would get to work and just hate sitting in meetings. And the funny thing is that a lot of stuff isn't even really like learning it. It's almost like remembering.
Yeah.
Like some things I pick up so fast. I went to meet I met this woman in the woods. She's like really remote. But I came home from that encounter, and within days, I was in my backyard coaxing out the divine essence of forged materials.
Wow.
I mean, it was shocking to me. And so, a lot of us have all these gifts that are kind of just emerging.
Yeah.
And you're like, what the heck? Where did that come from?
Yeah.
But
Is that how your book started?
Yeah. I'm on the way to work, right? And my guides are telling me that they want me to write a metaphysical book. I was like, are you crazy? I just finished earning a doctorate degree. People will think I'm crazy, right?
Or right on track.
Yeah. Well, guides are pretty tricky
Yeah.
and persistent. And so, yeah, I have, but I resisted it for a long time. And so the book is a lot of fun. It's great. It includes a lot of things that I've learned. Much of it is downloaded directly. And then some of it is question and answer. And then some of it is my own observations and experiences. And one thing that I think is really critically important is that right now, what we really want, a lot of people like to astral travel and things like that, and that's fun. But mostly my work focuses on helping people really connect with their own divine nature and align with that. And then, use that as your guide and own your spiritual authority, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because what's right for me isn't necessarily right for you. We're completely different people, all of us, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so the important thing is to be able to really connect with your own true nature so that you can set really healthy boundaries. And, it's funny because once you start giving yourself permission to really be your own self, you really let other people off the hook too.
What a
And
gift.
and it frees you up. It frees you up from time spent judging other people or feeling resentful. And you're a lot more happy that way.
So, how would you describe your one-on-one work to your workshops?
Well, it's very similar, except that in the one-on-one, it's all about you. And I use a variety of tools, crystals and gridding and hands-on and hands-off energy healing and sound and vibration. In the workshop, we're kind of unpacking stuff, right? So, like, one of the workshops is called Transforming Your Toxic Traits. And it's really, a way of unpacking things so that you can start to let go of stuff that's holding you back. Right?
Yeah.
And then even in another workshop, we do affirmations are great, but what are you really vibrating?
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. And the truth is, that we all face situations sometimes that we have a right to be mad. We have a right to be hurt. But how do we walk that up into a higher vibration so that we can make peace with it and not let it, tear us down?
Yeah.
Like so often you see, especially on Facebook, and I like Facebook, but you see pictures of like, oh, just be happy, just focus on the bright side. But you have to heal that stuff too. You can't just ignore it and say, oh, that this bad thing didn't happen.
There's a lot we learn from our darkness.
That's right. And it stays stored in your energetic body, right? So,
yeah.
And, and with the awakening, what's happening is that as the energies are going up, those memories are becoming more uncomfortable.
I can see
so
that.
they need to be released.
And so will your workshops be helping people to release that?
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
I love
yeah. So, and usually by the end of the last workshop, everybody can sense and clear blockages in their energy field on their own. I don't want anybody to ever become dependent on me. Everybody has the ability to do these things for themselves. And so it's just a matter of training and practice.
Yeah, that's a true teacher right there. So, when will you be starting your workshops at Metatron's Pyramid?
Well, we're waiting for, because of COVID, everything's been kind of shut down. And so I think we're looking at April to be the beginning of the first of 5.
We're looking forward to it.
Yeah, in March, we're going to do a couple gridding classes.
Beautiful.
And so, yeah, it should be nice too. The weather should be a little warmer.
Yeah. So, if there is one thing that you're hoping for people to take away from your workshops, what would that be?
That you're incredible,
Yeah.
truly,
Yeah.
and worthy of every kind of goodness in this world. And you can have it.
That's beautiful. Well, thank you so much. We're going to wrap this up. And anything else you would like our viewers to know today?
Just that I'd really love to see you and help you discover your unlimited potential.
Thank you so much, Ann. You have a wonderful day.
Thank you. You
Thank
too.
you.